Good morning, everyone. So it's Thursday morning, and as you can see, the head is back for the 2850. Been away for a couple of days now, and getting all sorted out. We left it with McCardle Engineering in Carrickmacross, which is a local enough town to us here, and Michael took really good care of it. He skimmed the head itself, so anyone that doesn't know, part of the process is they'll engineer or machine a couple of thousandths of an inch, whatever is required, off the head itself, and just leaves it a lovely new flat surface for sealing up against the new head gasket. So he done that, and there was also some of the valves had to be replaced, the exhaust valves. There was a little bit of wear on them or something they just didn't like the look of, so new exhaust valves were also put in it. So yeah, really nice job, and ready to go back on the tractor. So hopefully we get some of that done today. We also have the head gasket set is all here ready to go. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of footage of it later on. I have to go and collect a load of feed potatoes, so I may not be here for it all, but yeah, hoping to be here for some, to get a little bit of footage of it. Ideally, I'd like to be here when the head has been lifted on, so we'll see what happens. So that's it for this part of the video. Next part, hopefully, we'll be doing the work on it. So it's a week further on than the first part of that video. It is now the following Thursday, and as you can see, we are pretty much all bolted up here. Head is back on, and tractor is running. Everything is in place, except there's a very small issue with a little plastic housing here that covers the thermostat. It was taken off, but we noticed it was a little bit warped and out of shape. It's only plastic. It would have got heated up and cooled down over the last 25 years many times, and it's very slightly out of shape. It just wouldn't seal back up, even with the new gasket that come with the head gasket set. So we've had to order a new little housing from John Deere, and it'll be here. It should be with our local John Deere dealer. I think it's coming on Monday on the stock order. So tractor's not going anywhere anyway in the next couple of days. So it'll be here in plenty of time. What else have we done? You can see the mudguards has been taken off. They were painted back in 06, as I've said before, and they were painted on the tractor. But this time we've taken them off altogether, and just make a better job of them to paint them off. We've also taken off the plastic roof, and it's going to get painted as well. The bonnet is also gone for painting, so we're hoping of those back in the next few days, so we can start to get some of the bits back on the tractor. Probably won't be back until early next week. It's taken a little bit longer than what we had thought it would, as these things usually do, but it'll all be worth it in the end. We're still thinking about putting some little bit of like a light black sealer on that. It is in very good condition, but we're going to clean it down, maybe clean it down with a bit of panel wipe, and just freshen it up. It'll just give an extra new protection on it, just to stop any rust from taking place in it. There's a wee bit of rust just starting to show on that plate there, so we'll have to take it off and just tidy it up before the wheels goes on. Speaking of wheels, we have the wheels back after being painted, and the new tyres are on. The new tyres are slightly wider than the originals that was on the tractor, so it's fairly going to beef up the 2850. They're not that much wider, a little bit wider. They're more taller than wider, which is it'll leave the tractor a little bit higher off the ground, and it should sit a lot nicer than what it was. The jump up is it says it there on them, they're 460 85 34s that we've put on it. So that's an 18.4 is the old size, if you like, the imperial size. There was 18.4, and I think there was 16.9 the last tyre as well. The front, we haven't probably went up as much as we could have with the front ones. The front ones we've went up to 380 85/24s, which is a 14.9. They were 13.4s, I think, was on the front. So we are up, like we're up 1.5 inches, but we probably could have went up to the 16.9 on the front. But we don't want the tyres too wide on it, because it is going to have to go in and out of the cattle sheds, and they're only going to be rubbing along the walls anyway when you're feeding. We didn't want them too wide. We did want them a little bit wider, but not overly wide. The wheels themselves, we are contemplating putting them on. This is actually setting the way that the wheel was on the tractor here. But when we bought the tractor back initially, they were actually on this way here. The dish was the other way around, and we may put them back that way. They look fairly well when they're on that way. So we'll see when we set them on. So we'll set them onto the tractor and just make sure to see what they look like. They will be about 1 inch wider if we put them back on each side. If we put them back on this way here, so the track on the tractor will be slightly wider as well. So that might actually suit the slightly wider tyre, to have it pushed out away from the tractor. We'll see. We'll line them up and just see what it looks like before we just make a final decision on that. Forgot to mention in the earlier part of this video, we went for an Alliance tyre. That's the brand we went for. The reason we went for the Alliance, 2 reasons. The first reason is very competitively priced, especially compared to the likes of a Michelin or a Goodyear. Couldn't see a way to spending the extra money on this tyre for the 2850. It spends most of its life in the yard on the diet feeder. It doesn't do much field work now, a little bit in the summertime, that's really about it. The other reason why we went for this tyre was it was up against the likes of a Firestone in the same price bracket. This just looked a better tyre, stronger sidewall, nicer tread pattern, just looked better. So that's really why we went for it. Bought the tyres from Shane McManus Tyres in Dundalk. This isn't sponsored or anything, but if you're looking for tractor tyres, call him up, see if he's got what you're looking for, and you might be able to get a bit of a deal out of it. Yeah, so just back now to the end of the video. Yeah, hopefully, look at another week. We'd like to think we'll be well on with it. As I say, it's dragging on a little bit longer than what we want. Life is a little bit awkward feeding the cattle with the 6.4, so looking forward to getting it back and into action. But that's really it for now. I just wanted to do a wee bit of an update video, because I hadn't really many videos up all week, and had a few messages just asking what was happening, or is the tractor finished, and so this should answer a few questions on where we are with it. So that's it. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.